Lance with Love to Hate, back again with another playthrough video. This time I will be playing a game that came out in 2016 by Patrick and Catherine Lysott, and that is Commissioned. Now, Commissioned is one of my favorite cooperative games. It is a Christian game about the first church, the New Testament church, and the apostles as they went out through the land spreading the good news about Jesus. And so, again, this came out in 2016. But in 2016, when this game came out, it was not soloable, if that's a word. But it is now because they have come out, Chara Games has come out with the first expansion to Commission, and that is The Call. And so in The Call, you are now able to play the game solo, and that is what I will be demonstrating in this video. So let's go ahead and take an overhead view real quick. Alright, so I have things set up here for, again, a solo playthrough, and I'm going to be doing the base scenario, the Acts of the Apostles. I'm not going to do the scenarios that come in Commission the Call expansion, because I want to just showcase how the solo play works. So I will be doing the Acts of the Apostles, which is the scenario that the game tells you to do for beginners. And essentially that is where the church starts out in Jerusalem, and by the end of the game we need to have a church set up in every one of these cities on the board, and we also need to collect all 9 book groupings of the New Testament. We have to do that before this trial deck runs out. Real quick, some of the new things that you will see in this that are part of Commission the Call. The new rules suggest to do the faith deck for maturing, which is where you purchase new cards to add to your deck. It's the deck building part of the game. The new rules suggest to show 3 cards face up of each of the differing values of faith cards. This is my Faith 1 cards, Faith 2, 3, and 4. And so I can purchase any ones that are showing for their cost, or I can also purchase straight off the top of the deck. A new rule also is that I can spend 1 faith point to burn a card. So say I didn't like this card out here, I could spend a point to put it on the bottom of this deck and then have a new one replace it. I can do that as many times as I can afford. There will be new trial cards in the trial deck, and I will point them out as they come up. There are new fellowship stop tokens, and by the way, the components for Commission the Call are prototypes, so these are prototype, as are some of the cards. They're pretty close to what you get in the base game, so you may not tell a difference in the video, but they will look exactly like the base game components once they are finally released. But these fellowship stop tokens, the way they work is, say there is a church in a city, and it is time for the growth phase. You will still grow in cities even if they have the fellowship stop, so long as there's a population of 3 or more. But after you have grown, for every one of these tokens, you will remove a church member. And so essentially, if there's 1, it's going to negate any growth that you would do there. But these tokens do stack, and so if there are 2 there, I would grow, and then I would lose 2. So that's a -1 loss. And so you can see how that does not work out well for me to have them stack up on certain cities. Now, these fellowship stop tokens do not remove apostles or missionaries. And so they will only remove church members. Speaking about the missionaries real quick, in solo mode, you play with the 4 missionaries that come with the base game, and your 1 apostle that you're playing as. And there will be a 5th missionary. This is not what it will look like. This is a meeple that I took from another game, and that's why it's gold. So you will have 5 missionaries playing with you in solo mode. You also have a new solo board that is different than any of the other player boards that you see with the other apostles. And it will show you how a round works, as well as the results for when you roll the prayer die during the prayer phase. Generally, you want to roll higher Anything 5 and lower, generally something bad is going to happen. 6, 7, and 8, something good is going to happen. The other new thing that you'll see on this is this little section right here that talks about the staff region. In solo play, you don't pass the elder staff around to the players at the board each round because you're the only player. And so the way that this is going to work, for every region that I have an apostle or one of these missionary in, and by region, this is the green region, orange, yellow, so on and so forth, I'm going to add a cube to that region on this part of my player board. And during the growth phase, after I grow my churches, this staff is going to move down the line to any space that I have an apostle or a missionary in. So say I had someone in the yellow region, it would, after I grow, it would move to the yellow region. And that just indicates the region in which trial cards are going to affect, or my faith cards that I pray, that sort of thing. One other thing that is new, and this is a new component that is a part of Commission the Call that I am including because I want you guys to know about it as well, are these chain cards over here. The chain cards amp the difficulty level of the game, as well as about 15 or so minutes to the game length. And what they do, they are included into your faith deck and will represent something bad happening. Thematically, chain cards are the bad habits or characteristics that the apostles still had even while they were going out and spreading the good news of Jesus. And so when they come up in the game, they act just like a faith card. I have the ability to pray them, and when I do, they pretty much all say the same thing. I'm going to lose 4 church members, and for every one that I'm not able to lose, something bad will happen. It will generally either be a fellowship stop, a growth stop, or a mission stop token being placed on the board. So you can see how that would be a bad thing. So why would I ever pray them? Well, the other thing is if I don't pray them and I keep them in my hand, when it comes to the mature phase and I go to purchase new cards with my faith points, I get -4 faith points for every chain card that I still have in my hand. So that can pretty much doom any chances of me purchasing anything good or anything at all that round. I will get those chain cards through various events through the game. Some of the trial cards will do that to me. I start with one in my deck at the beginning of the game. I also get to start with two faith cards in my deck, which I've already included both the chain and the two faith cards. So that's generally the new additions to the game. None of the other rules change. So I think I am ready to begin. And there is one other thing real quick. I almost forgot. When I go through the live phase of the game, in solo mode, you only do it once before you do a new trial card. In the multiplayer, depending on the number of players, you would do that more than once, but in solo, you only do it once. So now I think I'm ready to go. So I'm going to draw my first 4 faith cards off the top of my deck here, and I'm going to put them on the board for now until I start spreading out across the board. And I did forget one more thing. As part of setup, I do get to pick 6 apostle cards from any of the apostles, both in the base and the expansion, to use as my 6 base cards. And so that's why you're going to see cards for James and Barnabas, as well as Phoebe. Phoebe is one of the new apostles, and so I'll explain her card real quick. Her card allows me to remove a fellowship stop token, or I can choose to do +1 board effect. And what that means is say I play James with Phoebe. James allows me to add 1 extra movement to the move phase. If I choose to do the +1 board effect on Phoebe, it would add another movement. So I would get to add 2 movement to the move phase. That's how she works. Priscilla is also in my deck. She's the other new apostle that's included in Commission the Call. I will explain her card when it comes up. I also have Barnabas, which is remove a growth stop in the region. And I have one of my two faith cards. I can add a missionary, which I don't have any, because they're all on the board. Or I can add Galatians, Ephesians, Philippians, and Colossians to the New Testament canon. Those are my 4 cards, so let's go ahead and flip over a trial card and Apostles Imprisoned. So, the apostles and the missionary here are imprisoned, which means they cannot move this live phase, which negates really what James would allow me to do. So there's no reason to play him. But before I play any of the cards, I roll the prayer die, and I got a 3. And again, 5 or lower is generally something bad. A 3 tells me to place a mission stop in staff region with apostle or missionary. And again, green is where I have presence, and there's only one church in the green, so I have to do it here. So now I have a mission stop there, which is not good either. All right, so my 2 cards now that I will play. These 3, unfortunately, really don't do me any good. So I think I will definitely play this one because it at least allows me to add one of the books. And it doesn't really matter on the other one, so I am just going to play it. And so I then enact both of the cards that I played. And again, I'm going to get Galatians, Ephesians, Philippians, and Colossians into the New Testament. And James, you just didn't do me any good this round, buddy. So nothing is going to happen there. And now I would do my move, but again, the apostles and missionaries are imprisoned, so they're not going to move. Plus, I have a mission stop there anyhow. So no movement will happen this round. And now I will go into growth. So I have 2 points to spend, and I really want to get a lot of books, so I'm going to purchase a 2 card, which this is one of the new cards from Commission the Call. Not much different, anything different here. It just tells me to either move or add 1st and 2nd Peter to the New Testament, and it goes into my discard pile. I replace it. And I spent both of these cards for their faith points, and that is the end of turn 1. There are 21 trial cards, so I have 21 turns essentially. Not much was accomplished with that first turn, other than getting the book. That is good. And so I draw 4 new cards, and I do have some new cards. So I have Priscilla here, and Priscilla's card lets me negate a chain card if it's prayed. So I mentioned these chain cards, if I pray them to remove the 4 church members, that sort of thing, I can play Priscilla as my other card and it will negate the chain card. And so that's what she is really good at doing. The other half of her card says, or I can select in last share before mature to let all players draw 2 highest faith cards from discard to mature. And so you can see that that's more so for a multiplayer game. I have her included because I really want to deal with these chain cards. And so I think I'm probably going to play both of those here in just a second. But first I do a trial card and it tells me persecution. So I have to discard half of the people in the largest church in the region, which that would definitely be that one. And so I've got 6 church members and 6 apostles or missionaries, and I'm definitely not going to want to lose any of those because they're very hard to replace. So I think I'm probably going to lose 6 church members, unfortunately. Oh, I forgot to do grow phase from the round before. I should have grown, and so there would be 1 church member left over. Can't believe I forgot to do that. Then it tells me that I need to scatter them, make them move out. So I am going to get some movement going on here. I am going to, you know what? I'm going to leave that church member there in Jerusalem, and I'm going to send 3 missionaries up north into Jericho and 3 south into Caesarea and do it like so. Because I do have to leave at least one thing left behind, otherwise it becomes extinguished, and I don't like that. You get 5 extinguished churches and you lose the game. So that's how I'm going to do that. And so now I roll the prayer die, and I got another 3. All right. These 3s have got to stop. So I've got to do another mission stop, and it has to be where I have an apostle or missionary. So it's got to be one of these 2 places. And I think I want it here for now. But I'm going to want to get rid of that fairly soon. All right, so I have some choices to make. I could get rid of this prayer card with Priscilla, or I could keep it and essentially not be able to purchase any faith cards, but I don't like that because I really want to get the books done quickly. So I am going to play both of these cards, Priscilla and Proud. Proud is this chain card. And what it says exactly, lose up to 4 church members at the player's location. For every 2 church members you can't lose, round it up. Place 1 fellowship stop token. And I've already mentioned how bad that can be to have more than 1 at a location. So I am going to play Priscilla, which lets me get rid of that chain card. All right, so those are my 2 prayer cards, or share cards, and now I can move. I am not moving because I still am not able to. You have to have a population of 4 or more to do a mission move. So no moving this time. And I will now go into grow. I am going to be able to grow. So I'm growing there and there. And now I go into mature. So I have 3 points to spend here. I'm definitely going to get a new 2 card. This one says Romans, 1 Corinthians, 2 Corinthians. And all of these are different. Oh, no, that one's Galatians, Ephesians. So I definitely don't want that one because I've already got it. I'm going to purchase one of these 2, and I think I'm going to purchase that one there. So that was my 2, and I purchased a 1. I think I want Give Grace because that allows me to remove a fellowship stop in the region. And I don't like those fellowship stops. They kind of scare me. So I'm going to try and beef up my defenses for that. And I replace those cards, and that is that. I will draw 4 new cards. I'm out of cards, so I've got to shuffle my deck. And new trial. This is trial number 3. Man, imprisoned again. All right, we're going to keep this card right here for now. 3 turns, Paul is going to be imprisoned. Thematically, that plays out right. He was imprisoned quite a bit. And so now I roll my prayer die. 8. 8 is great. 8 allows me to draw the top faith card to hand and discard a chain card without negative effect. Well, I don't have any chain cards, so that's a good thing, bad thing there. But now it would be time to pick and apply 2 cards. Well, I definitely want to get rid of those mission stop cards. So I'm going to play a Paul card to get rid of one of them. And I think I'm going to play 1 Peter and 2 Peter. So I'll act those both out. I'm going to remove that mission stop, and I'm going to add 1 Peter, 2 Peter. So now I have 2 in. Excuse me. And now it is time to move. I can move there, and I will. I'm going to leave 1 person left behind in Jericho, 1 church member there, and I'm going to send these 3 missionaries on down to Damascus. And I'm going to leave 1 in Caesarea, and I'm going to come over here to Gaza. So now I do have either apostles or missionaries in a new region. It's this brown region. And so I put a cube on the brown one there. And now I go into grow, and I will grow there and there. And at the end of grow, you rotate the staff if you're able to. So the staff is going to shift over to the brown region, which means any trials or faith cards that are played next round are going to focus on this area over here. Oh, Paul was in prison, so Paul is not able to move. So that's not going to grow. I forgot about that. And that would, you know what? Yeah, no. Yeah, no, I'm going to leave him there. That's fine. I'm gonna send him there so that it would have grown. That's what I'm gonna do. Okay. And so that's that. And now I'm mature. I have 3 points to spend. Again, I want some books. And so I think I am going to get 1 Timothy, 2 Timothy, and Titus. That's 2 points that I'm spending. And I think I want prayer. Remove a growth stop in the region. And I'm going to replace those. And get rid of my cards. Draw 4 new ones. Turn my imprisoned card. 2 more rounds that Paul will be imprisoned. And new trial. Ah, shoot. Okay, spiritual war. Add a chain card. And these go directly in hand. So, and it would be for each apostle, but we've only got 1 apostle in the solo game. All right, so that's that. My cards this round are inconsistent with my chain card. I have Phoebe, Barnabas, this remove a mission stop, or Romans, 1 Corinthians, 2 Corinthians, and I have Priscilla. It's nice pairing Priscilla up with a chain card. All right, roll my prayer die. 5. Place a fellowship stop in staff region with apostle or missionary. And again, we're in the brown region this time. I only have 1 church with a missionary or apostle, so it's got to be there. And that missionary stop is one of the things that I really don't like leaving on the board, that is. So I could try to cancel out this this chain card. I could also play Phoebe to get rid of that missionary stop. I could also get Romans, 1 Corinthians, and 2 Corinthians on the board. And that would give me 1/3 of all the books that I need. Choices, choices, choices. Well, I think I'm going to hold off on getting that chain card taken care of just yet. I'm going to keep it around. That may be a bad choice, but I really want that fellowship stop gone. So I'm going to play Phoebe and Romans and 1 Corinthians, 2 Corinthians. So Phoebe will allow me to remove the fellowship stop token that was just placed, and the other card is going to be my 3rd book grouping that I have collected. I would have 2 faith points to spend, but I'm keeping the chain card in hand, which is going to give me -4, so I'm really at -2 right now. But before I take care of that, it goes on to move, and I am going to move these guys to Nazareth, and I'm going to move these 3 onto Alexandria. Now, it is a risk leaving these churches with only 1 church member behind. It is a bit of a risk that I'm taking there. But I'm going to take that risk. And so now it's time to grow. And we're going to grow in Alexandria and Nazareth. And I rotate the staff, and it is now back to the green region. I already mentioned that I'm not going to be able to purchase any new faith cards this round. So that is that. I rotate it. Paul is going to be imprisoned for one more turn. And that's that. So I draw 4 new ones. I'm going to have to shuffle again. And what I get this time? I have Paul, Give Grace, Phoebe, and either remove a mission stop or James, Hebrews, and Jude. My new trial card says Gnostic Heresy. Remove one of my book cards. That's not good. That's not good. Well, I think I'm going to do Galatians, Ephesians, and Philippians since it's already right here in the market. And I can get it back again. So that card is probably, that's one of the cards that can really mess up later on in the game. So I'm kind of glad that it happened now rather than later on. All right, so now I roll my prayer die, and I got a 6. Place church member and staff region with apostle or missionary. So it either has to be here or here, and I'm going to put it with Paul there in Caesarea. So hopefully I can start moving him again here soon. So that's Paul, or that's the church die, the prayer die, excuse me. Now I get to pick 2. I don't have any fellowship stops, so this card's not that super helpful. I think I'm definitely going to play James, Hebrews, and Jude. And I could get rid of that mission stop there in Jerusalem. I think that's what I'm doing. So I will go ahead and act those out. I get to remove that mission stop. And I'm adding James, Hebrews, and Jude to the New Testament. All right, so that was my share phase, and now it is time to move. I'm going to keep doing what I've been doing. I'm going to leave 1 church member behind in Alexandria and put these 3 on the boat. And I'm going to leave 1 church member behind in Nazareth and move these 3 missionaries down to Samaria. Now it's time to grow. And so the boat is considered part of the blue region, and so I do need to put a cube down for blue because I have missionaries there. So I've done that, and now it is time to grow. We're going to grow on the boat, and we're going to grow in, what is it, Samaria. That is that. All right, and I rotate the staff. The staff is now in the blue region. Now it's time to mature. I have 2 points to spend. And I think I'm going to have to get the book that I lost, Galatians, Ephesians, and Philippians. Galatians, Ephesians, Philippians, and Colossians, excuse me. And that is that. And I can go ahead and get that out of the way. Paul is no longer imprisoned. Next round, I draw 4. One of them is a chain card. It's the one that I tolerated last time. And my new trial card, Pagan Mob. Lose a church member or a missionary, and then any apostles will need to scatter, and that's in the blue region. So unfortunately, I lose the guy that I just had there in the boat. That stinks. That's not good. Good thing is I don't have any apostles there to have to scatter, so there's that. And my 4 cards, I got my Priscilla paired up with the chain again. So that's worked out well so far. But first, let's roll the prayer die. And it's a 4. We're going to place a growth stop in staff region with apostle or missionary. That's not good. I need that to grow. All right, well, here are my options. I could use Barnabas to get rid of that growth stop. But if I did that, I won't be able to pair these 2 cards up. Paul's not very helpful this round, so I don't have to worry about him. If I went ahead and prayed the prayer card, I would lose 1 church member, and then I wouldn't be able to lose 3 more, so I would have to place 3 growth stops. I really don't want to do that. And then Priscilla is not very useful if I don't do the prayer card with her. So I think that's my only options this round. I need to play those 2 cards together. So I'm going to use Priscilla to get rid of inconsistent. That was my chain card that I had. It's now gone. And now it's time to move. I can't move them because you got to have 4 or more to move. So I'm going to move these guys down here. And Paul is able to move. And I think what I'm going to do next is, that was my first move. Second move is going to be to come over here to Antioch. And so now I am in the orange region. So I'm going to add a cube to the orange region. And those are my 2 moves. So now it's time to grow. I'm not going to grow here, unfortunately, because of that growth stop. And I'm only going to grow there in Antioch. And that was grow, so now I rotate the staff, and it is onto the brown region. Oh, nope. Actually, we take a cube off because we don't have any missionaries or apostles in the brown region. So it will go all the way back to, we don't have any in green anymore either. So we're going to take that off of green. It's going to go all the way back to orange, which is where we just moved into. So how about that? And now it would be time to mature. Oh, I did not replace that one from the last round. And I have 2 points to spend. I still think I want to try and get all of these books. And I don't think I've come across a Luke and Acts yet. So I'm going to spend 2 to get Luke and Acts. Plus the top half of that card lets me get rid of a prayed chain card like Priscilla's. So it's always nice to have that in case if I need to do it at some point. All right, so that's the end of the round. I draw 4 more cards. I feel pretty good so far. I've got green taken care of and half of brown. We'll see. We'll see what's going to happen here. All right, my trial card tells me tolerate evil. And if I have to roll the die. If I roll a 1 through 4, I'm going to add a fellowship stop to 2 churches in this orange region, which I only have 1 church to add to. Or if I roll 5 through 8, I'm going to get a chain card. So let's see what happens here. I got a 5, so it is going to be a chain card. And the chain card is proud. All right, so here are my options. I can add Luke and Acts, the card I just got, or I could also negate this chain card. That might be an option. I could also add 1st and 2nd Timothy and Titus. This prayer card doesn't really help because there's no mission or growth stops in the orange region, and James gives me an extra move, which that's not super helpful right now. So these 2 cards are pretty much not going to help this round. It would be playing both of these to get them added to the canon, or doing these 2 to get that out of my hand. I think I like that more because I would then have 4 points to spend, and I like getting a 4 early on in the game, so I think I'm going to do those 2. I am going to use the top action and negate a chain card prayed, and so I've gotten rid of another chain card. I'm doing pretty good about getting rid of those. Now it would be time to move, and I can only move here, and so I am going to go down south to Colossae, and I could move again, but I don't see that being super helpful. You know what, I am, just in case. Don't know. Never know what might happen in this game. I am going to move Paul 1 extra spot to Ephesus. And so now I am going to grow. And again, we're only going to grow there because of that growth stop. Really need to get that out of the way so I can keep expanding down here. All right, so it's time for the staff to rotate, and it will rotate to the blue region. And now I can mature. I have 4 points to spend, and I think I think I am going to get restored body. My choices here, if you can't see, I can do jailhouse earthquake, which releases anything that's imprisoned, or restored body, which allows me to remove any 2 stops anywhere on the board, or do this bottom action, which really the bottom action is only for a certain scenario in the expansion. Or Healed by Shadow, which is another expansion card, which will allow me to add a church member to every church any apostle or missionary leaves during this live phase. That's kind of enticing for later on in the game, but I think I really want to remove 2 stops anywhere. So I'm going to spend all 4 points on that card there. And that is that. So on to the next round. I've got 4 new cards. And my new trial card, Bitter Feud. I'm going to add 2 fellowship stops. Oh no, and it's at a place where it's not growing. Well, the good news in this situation is these fellowship stops are only going to remove church members. They're not going to do anything to missionaries. But those missionaries are kind of stuck there for now. All right, roll my prayer die. I got a 7. Place missionary from supply to any church. If none in supply, move missionary from /to any church. Interesting. Do I want to do that? Well, I think I'm going to. I'm going to move 1 missionary from there to there. And do it like that. I hope that's a good idea. I'm not sure. All right, now it's time to pick my 2 cards. I can, the top half of this card is good for the other scenarios in Commission the Call that involve these tokens up here. If you notice, there are some tokens up here at the top of the board. These are legalism tokens, and these I think are discipline tokens. I think that's what they're called. Anyhow, the top half of this card would let me remove some of those. Or the bottom half says Galatians, Ephesians, Philippians, and Colossians. I have 2 Paul cards and a Barnabas card. Paul's not very helpful because there are no mission stops anywhere in the blue region. There is that growth stop, so I'm definitely going to play Barnabas, and I think I'm going to play the bottom half of this card here. So we're going to get rid of the growth stop. And we're going to add Galatians, Ephesians, Philippians, Colossians to the New Testament. I only need 5 more to go there. All right, so I did my 2 cards. Now it's time to move. And I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to move these 3 guys on to Crete. And I'm going to leave the missionary there in the, or actually, you know, boats are not churches, so it's not the end of the world there to leave that empty because church boats cannot become extinguished. So I don't think that even matters. I've been worrying about nothing over here. I'm not sure if these tokens can even be placed on boats. They may just go away. I'll leave them there for now. But yeah, your boats, you don't have to worry about leaving them empty behind because they're not real, they're not one of the cities that you need to have a church established in, so they cannot become extinguished. So that's my first move, and my second move is to do a fellowship move, not a missionary move, because I would need 4 people here to do a missionary move. I'm doing a fellowship because I have churches set up in both these cities, and that is my second move. Now it's time to grow, and we will grow here on Crete, as well as, what is this, Ephesus. And so that is that. I rotate the staff. We're back in the orange region again. Now it's time to mature. I have 2 points to spend, and I think I am going to get... I have 2 choices here. If I'm spending 2 points, I've got 1st and 2nd Thessalonians and Philemon on both of these, or I can do 1st, 2nd, 3rd John, and Revelation. I think I'm going to go for that one. No, I'm going to go for one of the other ones. I'm going to go for this one because it's got a remove a fellowship stop on it, and I like having that as a contingency plan if need be. And so that's my 2 points that I've spent. And it's on to the next round. I've got 3 cards, so I'm going to need to shuffle again. And there's my other one. And new trial card. Hide from persecution. Oh, I cannot move in this region this round. Okay. So only movement is going to be here. All right, that's not too bad. All right, my prayer die is a 2. I bet that's not good. What's that do? Lose 1 missionary anywhere. And I passed the, or no, excuse me, that's only for another scenario in the new expansion. I would also lose a church member. So I have to lose a missionary anywhere. I don't want to do it here because that's 4. If I'm ever going to move from there, although it would grow, I think I'm going to lose it here. The golden missionary, he's going to go away for a little while. Hopefully not too long. All right, that was that. And so now I have to pick 2 cards. Let's see. Priscilla's not going to help this round, nor is Paul. I think this is kind of going to be a bust, a little bit of a bust. These cards are not super helpful this round. I'm going to do Give Grace and Phoebe, which essentially do the same thing. I'm going to remove these 2 fellowship stop tokens that really weren't doing much of anything anyhow. And that is that. And now it is time to move. But again, I cannot move in the orange region because we're hiding from persecution. So I'm only going to move these guys. And I'm going to leave 1 behind on Crete. And I'm going to move the rest there for my first movement. And I got to stay there because I have to have 4 to do another mission move into Cyrene. So we're going to stay there for now. It is time to grow. And I will grow here on the boat. And I will grow there in Ephesus, right? Yeah, Ephesus. Time to mature. I have 2 points to spend. And I'm going to spend those 2 points on this card right here, which gives me an extra move, or adding 1st and 2nd Peter to the New Testament. Or no, actually, I already have 1st and 2nd Peter. That's not super helpful. Instead, I'm going to add John, 1st John, 2nd John, and Revelation. I'm going to do that instead. New Faith 2 card comes out. And I'll draw 4 new cards. And a new trial card. All right, so, I didn't rotate the staff. We're in the blue now. So here's blue. And we're going to add 2 mission stop tokens. Holier than thou. Ooh, that's not good. Not good, not good. All right. Let's see what my cards are. I've got James, Barnabas, Paul, and remove a fellowship stop, or 1st, 2nd Thessalonians, and Philemon. I am going to... Well, I'm definitely going to do Paul, because I'm going to get rid of those mission stops. And I could do James and get an extra move. or I could do, I think I need to focus on the books still. So I'm going to do that one to get 1st, 2nd Thessalonians, and Philemon. So I'm going to remove this mission stop. I'm going to add those 3 books. And now I only need 4 more to complete that. And I'll have 2 points to spend. I don't believe I rolled the prayer die. I should have done that first. Let's do that first. Sorry. Oh, it was an 8. I get to draw the other faith card. And it would be to remove a growth stop in the region. There aren't any, so that doesn't change much. It does give me an extra point to spend. I could also discard a chain card, but I don't have any of those. So we'll move forward. Now it's time to move. And I am going to, I'm going to move out of there. So that's, oh no, I can't. Mission stop. I'm stuck there. I am going to move out of here though. And we're going to move those 4 into Laodicea. And we're going to move up north into Philadelphia. Should I do that? Yeah. Don't know if I'm doing this efficiently enough. Yeah, I'm going to do that. It may not be a good choice, but we'll see. All right. So that was my move, and now it's time to grow. We still grow, even if there is a mission stop. We still grow, and we grow there. And I got 3 points to spend. I could get this card here to bring back, or I could get that card there. I think I need to do that. I'm going to spend 2 points to get, let me see in my discard what cards I already have. I'm going to get this card here because I'm not sure if I have 1 Timothy, 2 Timothy, and Titus yet. And I will get Tell Your Story because I want to try to get my golden missionary back. So those are my 3 points that I am spending. And there we go. 4 new cards. I've got 3. Oh, throwing cards around. Oh, I did have a 1 Timothy, 2 Timothy, and Titus. Oh well. Ooh, but I do have my 4 faith card this time. Remove any 2 stops anywhere. That's nice. That is going to be helpful. I do rotate the staff, so it is back to the orange region now. And let's see what the new trial card is. Tarnished Outreach. Add a mission stop. And so I've got to add it there. Now I'll roll the prayer die. And it's a 4. Place a growth stop. And I've got to do it where I'm at. So the growth stop is a bad deal as well. All right, I could add Luke and Acts to the New Testament. I could add 1st, 2nd Timothy, and Titus to the New Testament. I could remove 2 stops anywhere. And I could remove that mission stop. That might be good because it gets me back on track with expanding. I think I'm going to do those 2 cards and keep my 2 faith cards. I think that's what I'm doing this round. So Restored Body will allow me to remove 2 from anywhere. I've got to do this one because that's outside of the region. And my other one is going to be this growth stop. And then Paul's card will allow me to remove this one because it is in the region. And those are my 2. So now I've got move. And I can move these guys here. That's 1. For 2, I think I want to keep going on up into Tarsus. So there we go for that one. All right, so I'm good there. Now it's time to grow. And I am back in the brown, so I do need to put a cube down for brown. All right, and we're gonna grow. I'm gonna grow there and there. Now I rotate the staff. It is, we're out of blue, so we take blue off. It's the brown region. And now we go into mature. I have 4 points to spend. So, what to do with those 4 points? I think I want to... I really kind of like Healed by Shadow. Add a church member to every church and any apostle or missionary leaves during this live phase. I think I kind of like that one. So I'm going to get that, spend all my points on that one, and there we go. Draw my 4 new faith cards and new trial card. Pre-console crackdown. Roll the die once. If I get a 1 through 4, I add a mission stop. 5 through 8, add a growth stop to every church in the region. A 1. So mission stop to every church in the region. So there we go. Let's see what my cards were. All right, I've got 1st and 2nd Timothy and Titus to the New Testament, or remove a growth stop. Don't have any of those growth stops. I have get my golden missionary back. Tell your story. I can add an extra movement, or Barnabas lets me remove a growth stop in the region. I do need to roll the prayer die before I pick my cards, and I got a 7. All right, so I get to place a missionary from supply to any church. If none in the supply, move missionary from the church. So I think I am going to... I think I'm going to put them here for now. And now it's time to pick my cards. I don't have a missionary to add, so tell your story doesn't help now. I do like the extra movement, and I do like adding 1st, 2nd Timothy, and Titus, so I think I'm going to do those cards. Oh, I didn't get Paul out of there. So James is going to give me an extra movement. I've got 3 movements this round. And I now have 6 books. Book groupings done. I need 3 more. All right, so I've got 3 moves. I cannot move there, so I'm going to move here, and we're going to go 1. Actually, I'm going to send them with them. So that was 1, and 2. And I've got 1 more. I'm going to send those 3 church members on a fellowship back up the way there. Yeah, I'm going to do that. That's my 3 moves. I've got 2 points. We do grow first. So it's time to grow. We're going to grow there, there, and there. Okay. And so now we rotate the staff, and it's going back to, we're in yellow this time. We moved out of orange into yellow, so it's in the yellow region now. And now we will mature. I've got 2 points to spend, and I don't need any of those books up there in the 2 region. I'm not seeing Matthew and Mark yet, I don't think. So I think I'm going to spend 2 points to burn 2 cards. Or I'm going to do this one at a time. I'm going to spend a point to get rid of this card here. And it's replaced with John, 1 John 3rd John, and Revelation, which I'm pretty sure I have that somewhere. Thought I did. Might still be coming up. I'm going to spend my other point on getting rid of this card here to get another faith card out. And Luke and Acts, which is another one that I don't have. I thought I purchased it, but we'll see. We'll come to find out. And those are the 2 points that I spent. So I'm not purchasing any faith cards this round. And I draw 4 new ones. Let's see what they are real quick. Prayer, Phoebe, give grace, and there is a 1 John, 2 John, 3 John, and Revelation. All right, my trial card this round says abandon teaching. We're going to do a fellowship stop. I can do it in either one of those. I think I'm going to do it in Antioch, Pisidia, and I would then move the apostles. And I'm going to move the apostle here to Sardis. Okay, so that's that trial card. And now I roll the prayer die. I got a 3. Place a mission stop in staff region with apostle or missionary. I'm going to do it there. I'm going to load up on that little city there. Okay, my cards for this round focus on the yellow region again. And prayer does me no good because there's not any growth stops in the region. Phoebe would be nice because I could remove that fellowship stop, but grace does the same thing. And 1 John, 2 John, 3 John, and Revelation. I want that done, so I'm definitely going to play that. And I think I'm going to... Either one of those doesn't matter. I'm going to play Give Grace. So I get to remove that fellowship stop. And we're going to add John, 1 John, 2 John, 3 John, and Revelation. I need 2 more left. 2 more left. And I still have to get churches in this half of the map. All right, I've got 2 points to spend, but I do my move first. And so we are going to do... let's see. I'm going to send these guys down here for 1. And I'm going to send these guys on up to Crete. Because I need Cyprus taken care of. And I think my plan is eventually to send a missionary down here and move these guys to Cyprus. All right, so that's that. And now we are going to grow. And we're going to grow right here in the boat on Crete and up there in, what is that? Lystra. So that's the grow. Rotate the staff. We are out of the brown region, back in the blue again. And so it is now the blue region because we've got some missionaries here in blue. Now I'm mature. I have 2 points to spend, and I don't have Luke and Acts yet completed, so I'm going to purchase that one. And it's replaced with, there's Matthew and Mark. That's the one I need. All right, I know I have all the 2 cards that I need in my deck now. I have them at least. I just need to get them out here. I have 2 cards, and I will get 2 more. So there we go. Got 4 cards total. Let's see what I've got. None of my Bible books, unfortunately. New Testament books, anyhow. And my new trial card says impose rules. We're going to add a fellowship stop here. And no chain cards can be prayed this round. Well, I don't have any chain cards, so that's not too bad. That's not bad at all, actually. So now, well, let's see. Depends on what the prayer die says. 6. 6 is good. Place church member in staff region with apostle or missionary. And that church member would go right here because that's the only one where I've got missionaries in the blue region. All right, and my 2 cards. Priscilla's not going to be helpful because I don't have any chain cards to deal with, nor do I have any missionaries to need to put out. So, really, none of these cards are helpful. That's not good. This is going to be kind of a wasted turn. Yep, no need to really think about this too much because none of my cards help this round. So I'm just going to play those 2 cards. And there we go. Now I do get to move, and I am going to move. I'm going to move this guy here, and these 2 on down to here. Those are my 2 moves this round. And that is that. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. All right, time to grow. I would grow here, but the fellowship stop would then make me take it off, so that it's a net nothing there. I will grow there and there. So those are my growths this round. I rotate the staff in the orange region because I got my golden missionary there in the orange region. So now orange is the target staff region. And now it's time to mature. I have 2 points to spend. I no longer necessarily need these Faith 2 cards, although they still do provide good actions on top. Like this move action might be useful. Yeah, I think I'm going to do that. I'm going to purchase this one for that move action because I need extra movement now to spread out here in the bottom half of the board. All right, that is that. I get 4 new cards and a new trial card. Which, how am I doing on trial cards? I have 7 left. 7 turns left. I'm 2/3 of the game done. And I still have quite a bit of room left to expand into. All right, let's see. Compromise. Add a chain card. I was wondering when these chain cards are going to come back in. All right, so I add a chain card in. And elder only. So that's going to be here. Lose 3 church members from each player's location with a chain in hand. Well, I do have a chain in hand because I just added it. So I'm going to lose 1 church member. I don't have 3 to lose. And so that's compromise. That stinks because I cannot do a fellowship, or I can't move out of there because it will extinguish. All right, so now I roll the prayer die, and it's a 3. Place mission stop in staff region with apostle or missionary. That's not good either. All right, so here are my choices. I've got James, which gives me movement, which, as I said, I need some movement. I've got Paul to remove that mission stop. However, I need a church member there first. Phoebe, allows me to remove a fellowship stop, which there aren't any in the orange region, so that's not great. But I could do her +1 board effect with James to get me 2 movement. This card here is 1st and 2nd Timothy and Titus, which I already have. But I would get to remove a fellowship stop. Any one church. There is one here. But I'm not too worried about it because, again, it's a boat. And I've got my prayer card, selfish, which is going to give me -4 if I don't pray it. But I don't think I want to pray it just yet because I have no church members to lose, and it will add mission stops, which I'm trying to get rid of those. So I think my best bet is to go with James and Phoebe and get extra movement this time. I will get a total of 4 movement, and I'm just going to have to eat the selfish card and not get any faith cards this round. Let me replace that. So those are the 2 that I'm going to go with. It's going to give me a total movement of 4 this round. And I am going to go... I'm going to leave an extra guy here on Crete just to be safe. I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, and 4. All right. I think that's the idea, to try and get Cyprus taken care of. I will move these guys here in the next turn to hopefully take care of this bottom half, and I'll move these guys here to take care of this little region there. All right, got a plan. Let's see if it'll work out. All right, I don't have any, or we got to do grow first. So I won't grow there because of the fellowship stop token. It removes the growth that I would have. I grow in Antioch and that city there, and I will grow there. That's that. Like I was saying, I don't have any points to spend. I rotate the staff. The target region is yellow now. I will draw my 4 new ones. And my trial card. Conscience. Add another chain card. Elder only. Prayed effect of all chains in all players' hands now. I have to do it. The prayed effect. I lose up to 4 church members at the player's location, which is here. And for every 2 church members I can't lose, round it up, place 1 fellowship stop. Well, I can only lose 3. And so I have 1 that I can't lose. I round it up to 2. For every 2 that I can't lose, I place 1 fellowship stop. That is bad. Bad card. All right. Roll the prayer die. Help me out, prayer die. 7. 7's good. Place missionary from supply to any church. If none in supply, move missionary from any church to any church. That is really pretty good, because I'm going to get my golden missionary there out of Tarsus, get him into Antioch, because that fixes 1 problem for me. And so that's a good thing. Now I play my 2 cards. I've got body restored body, remove any 2 stops anywhere. I could do healed by shadow, which lets me add church members to the places that I move out of, any missionary or apostle. Give grace would let me get rid of that missionary or that fellowship stop. I don't need the prayer card. This prayer card has not been helpful the whole game. And then I do have my proud card, which I cannot pray because I don't have church members to lose, and I don't want to add more fellowship stops. I'm trying to get rid of them. I think my best bets are to go with these 2 cards here. Yeah, I'm going to go with that. And the give grace will let me remove this fellowship stop token. The restored body allows me to remove two stops anywhere on the board. And I think I'm going to get rid of this one here. And that fellowship stop there. All right, now it is time to move. And I'm going to move there for 1 and there for 2. Okay, and I moved I was still in the blue region. I'm out of the orange region, so I take that cube off of orange. And now it's time to grow. I'm going to grow here, 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 and that's it. Okay? And so now I rotate the staff. It's the blue region this time, and it's time to mature. I lose -4, which negates this 4 card, so I do still have 1 point left, so I can purchase something, and I think I will. I think I want Authentic Fellowship to get some church members on the board. Okay, that is that. I draw 4 new cards. Got 2. And what do I got? I got Paul, Priscilla, my Luke and Acts, which I got 2 of those actually. My new trial card, Fallen Leader, add a fellowship stop, and a chain card. All right, I've either got to do it here or there. I'm going to do it here because I have 2 missionaries there instead of just the 1. And I've got to do a chain card. Chain card is Selfish again. Roll my prayer die. I got an 8. 8 is great. I get the top card off my faith deck, and I get to discard a chain card without negative effect. So I've got that one that I just drew, so I get rid of it. The card I drew off my faith deck is Barnabas. And now I picked my 2 cards. I am needing Luke and Acts definitely in there. So I'm going to play this one because the other one gives me extra movement if I play it, which I think I'm going to do because none of the other cards will help me this round. So yeah, I'm going to do that. Those are my 2. So I play Luke and Acts. I need Matthew and Mark, and I will get an extra move. So I have 3 moves this round. And I'm going to go there for 1 and there for 2. Oh, I've got 3. I can do another one. I'm going to go there for 3. Okay. So I'm back in the orange. Now I'm in orange, or blue, orange, yellow. Those are my regions. And now it's time to grow. Won't necessarily grow there because of the fellowship stop. I will grow there and there. Okay. And that's that. All right, I go into, I rotate the staff, so the target region is going to be orange. And now it's time to mature. I have 3 here, and I think I'm going to spend all 3 to get household saved, excuse me. Those are my points that I'm spending this round. And I draw 4 new ones. Okay. My new trial card. Segregated Church. 2 growth stop tokens in the orange region. So it's going to be there. Not the worst thing that could happen. Still not great. And my cards. Tell Your Story, Restored Body, Authentic Fellowship, and Prayer. All right. Roll my prayer die. 8 again. All right. Draw the top faith card to hand. Discard chain without negative effect. Well, my top faith card is this chain card. This is one rule I think I might clarify with Patrick, the designer, to see if when you roll an 8 in solo mode, it says draw top faith card. is that faith card or is that chain? Because the chain is on top of the faith card deck. I would think it would mean faith card because this is supposed to be something good. But I'm going to discard this chain card anyhow. Get rid of it. And I won't draw that card, just in case if I read that wrong. I don't want to be cheating here. So that is that. And now I pick my 2. I don't need to tell your story. I am going to play Restored Body to remove any 2 stops on the board. And I'm going to do Authentic Fellowship. Those are the 2 that I'm going to do. So remove any 2. I'm going to remove that one there. And one of these growth stops there. And then for Authentic Fellowship, I will add 1. And it's got to be in orange, so we might as well put it there. All right, that is that. I now will move, and we're going to move. We're going to go there for 1. And there for 2. Yeah, I hope that's a good idea. I'm not sure. Okay, so that's that. Actually, no, I'm not going to do that. Instead, we're going to go there for 2. That's how we're going to do that. Okay, that was my move. Now it's time to grow. We will grow here on the boat. There. Not going to grow there. And there. All right. And we rotate the staff. The target region is yellow. And now I'm mature. I have 2 points to spend. I'm needing movement. And I don't see any on the board. So I am going to spend a point to get rid of that card to see what comes out next. And it's a movement, so I'm going to get it. That worked out well. And that is that. I draw 4 new cards. And so now I'm ready for the next round. And this trial card. Abuse power, add chain, ×2 for the elder only. Oh, no. Alright, so I've got 2 chain cards. And gotta roll my prayer die here. Hopefully it's something good. 7. I can place a missionary from the supply. There aren't any, so I can move 1. To any church. Not super helpful necessarily. I don't know that that's all that great for me to do. I don't think I'm going to do it at all. I don't know. Don't think I'm going to do it at all. All right, on to the cards. The focus is on yellow here. I could pray one of these cards to lose some church members. However, that's not such a great idea at this course of the game. And it's not super important to get more cards. So I don't think I'm going to worry about the chain cards. Instead, I think I'm going to play James and the top half of this card to get 2 extra moves this round, because movement is very important this late in the game. So I think that's what I'm going to do. I will get 4 moves this turn, and now I do that now. So I'm going to move. We're going to go 1 on into Carthage, 2 there, and 3 on into Corinth. I do add a cube for the black region. I add a cube for the brown region, and I take a cube off the orange region. So that was 1, 2, 3, and 4. You guys think I'm going to do it? I don't know. It's going to be cutting it close. I've still got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 cities to occupy. It is going to be very close. We'll see. All right, so that was the move. It's time to grow. I grow there, 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 and there. I rotate the staff. It is the blue region, and my mature, I don't have any points to spend because of my chain cards. So now I go into the next one, and one of my cards is a chain card, and I have 2 trials left. Oh no, I think I'm going to run out of time. And I still don't have Matthew and Mark. Where's Matthew and Mark at? I know it's somewhere in my deck, right? Oh, it's not. I thought I had it bought. Oh, no. Oh, guys, I may have really just shot myself in the foot. This whole entire time I thought I had Matthew and Mark, and I don't. It's right there. Oh, goodness. Okay. I have made mistakes. Big mistakes that I may not be able to come back from. All right, let's see. So my trial card. Flood. Lose a church member or missionary, every church in the region. Oh, no. Oh, no. Okay, this is real bad. This may have doomed me, guys, because I lose Syracuse and Cyprus, and that's 2 extinguished churches. And I lose one there as well. Could have been a lot worse if this had happened in one of the other, like green. That would have really destroyed me. As it is, it's still really bad because I don't know how I'm going to get Cyprus again. I don't have a missionary anywhere close to that. Plus, time is of the essence. That might have done me in. Let's see. Okay, my cards. Well, roll the prayer die first. 6. I get to place a church member in staff region with apostle or missionary. And, excuse me. I'm going to do it there in Crete. I don't know that it matters too much. All right, so now I pick my cards, Phoebe, and that one, and my proud card, and healed by shadow. I'm going to do healed by shadow. Well, no, I'm not, because my only hope at getting this last card is to spend some points, and I need 4 points to negate this one here. but the other two cards don't help. Yeah. I don't know that any of my cards are super helpful this turn. So I am just going to play... I'm going to have to pray it. I am going to have to pray it. I'm going to play those cards there. So I'm going to pray this one, and I'm going to remove 4 from Corinth. And I got rid of Proud, and now I play Healed by Shadow, which will let me add a church member to every church where an apostle or missionary leaves. So those are my 2 cards, and now it's time to move. I am going to move there for 1, and I add 1 in Brundisium. And there for 2. And that's that. I have 3 points to spend. I have to get that one. I'm an idiot. I thought I had it all this time, and I didn't. And I've got 1 more point to spend that I am just going to not spend because I don't want another card in my deck. All right. I do shuffle my deck, and I think this is a moot point at this point because I've got too many cities left on the board to try and occupy. But who knows? We'll see what happens. 4 cards. The last trial. It says persecution, and oh, I didn't rotate the staff. I didn't also grow. I need to grow first. Hold up. 1 there, and there. Is that it? That's it. All right, so I grew. Rotate the staff. It is the brown region here, and now I would do persecution. I lose half of this church, which will be 3, and then the largest church in the region is going to need to scatter, so we're going to send those 2 guys there on the boat. Like so. And I roll the prayer die. It's a 6. Place church member and staff region with apostle or missionary. So we're going to go there. And my cards. I did not get Matthew and Mark. So I am not going to be able to win this one this time, unfortunately. But I am going to still play this out. I'm going to get an extra move. And I will play Paul to get rid of one of these mission stops. Even though that doesn't matter too much. So playing Paul to remove a mission stop. I've got 3 moves to do. And so we're going to go on into Rome. It's very important to get to Rome. On into Syracuse. And my last one will be there on into Troas. And that is that for my movement. I will grow still. Grow there, and there. And that is that. I am done for. No need to do the mature phase. And I did not get all 9 books. Still needed Matthew and Mark. Didn't get into the red region here to occupy these cities or this one. And I lost Cyprus earlier in the game. So I was 1 book and looks to be 6 cities shy. So I came up short, unfortunately. All right, let's go back up top. All right, so there you go. That was the solo version of Commission, The Call. Again, this is the new expansion for Commission, which came back out in 2016, but there is a new expansion for it that is hitting Kickstarter on October 20th. We will include a link to the Kickstarter campaign in the description of this video, so you can check that out and check out their campaign page. And go back this if you think this is something that you would enjoy. We will be doing a playthrough version of the multiplayer game with some of the new components that you will find in the call, as well as the new scenarios, new apostles, everything that comes in this. We'll also be doing a preview video, so you'll want to look out for that as well. Alright, I am Lance, and this is Love to Hate. If you're not familiar with Love to Hate, we try to bridge the gap between gamers and non-gamers, and Commissioned is one of those cooperative games that we really like and feel like it bridges the gap between gamers and non-gamers. Alright, until next time, we'll catch you later.